I'm going to be continuing my Saga campaign, playing Part 2 in the Black Riders expansion, A Knife in the Dark. Playing with my same Hobbit decks, Bond of Fellowship, Friendship, with Pippin, Sam, Tom Cotton, and Mary. I'm going to be using the Frodo Baggins from the Mountain of Fire. It's got a planning action. Sauce to one ring to add one resource to Hero's resource pool. You got Gandalf's Delay, where he skipped the setup phase on the first turn. The old Bowie stories that we earned in the Old Forest. And we've got Tom Bombadil boon that we earned in the Barrow Downs, and Gildor and Glorian that we earned in the Shadow of the Past. I'm playing with the same Hobbit deck for deck 2 with Messenger of the King, Rosie, Glorfindel, and Fatty. Starting threats for the Hobbit decks. We got 14 for the Rosie deck and 28 for the Hobbit deck. For our opening hands, Sorengil, we're going to keep this hand. That's Hail of Stones. Weep No More, Gandalf, Lesson of Caution, Salian, Resourceful, and Faramir. We'll keep this hand as well. One A, Trouble and Bree. Set all copies of Ring Wraiths, The Witch King, Midgewater, and Weathertop aside out of play. Add the Prancing Pony and Bill Ferny to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. So we're setting aside the Ring Wraiths and Witch King, Midgewater, and Weathertop. Our goal is not to get any of those Ring Wraiths shuffled into the encounter deck. Because at the end, they all come out into play. So if they're not in play, they don't harm you. And we got Bill Fernie. That can't be optionally engaged. That's beginning of the staging step. Either shuffle one out of play ring wraiths into the encounter deck, or each player raises the threat by one for each non-fellowship hero committed to the quest. So we're going to try to beat Fernie with direct damage. And then the Prancing Pony. After the players travel here, the first player puts one ally into play from his hand. After the Prancing Pony leaves play, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until X enemies are discarded, where X is the number of players in the game. Put each enemy discarded by this effect into play and engage with the first player. And 1B reads, the players can advance. Well, the Prancing Pony is in play, and it has 8 quest points. We're going to use Frodo's ability, give himself a resource, and exhaust the ring to play Frodo's Intuition and draw 5 cards. Raise the Shire, Gandalf, Sneak Attack, Hail of Stones, and Test of Will. We're going to put Thorngil onto Merry, attached to a non-fellowship, non-Baggins hero you control. Response. After you attach Thorngil to a hero, search your collection for a different non-fellowship, non-Baggins version of that hero and attach it to Thorngil. While Thorngil is in play, attached hero gains the game text and resource icon of the attached hero card. If Thorngil leaves play, removes the hero card attached to it from the game. So we're attaching Merry, so Merry's going to get +1 attack for each Hobbit hero you control, and when it attacks and destroys the character, ready another character that participated in the attack. So it gets +5 attack. We're actually going to leave a resource on Merry. We're going to play Resourceful onto Fatty. Play a Lesson of Caution, where we draw Secrecy 1, so it costs 0. We draw a card, and now we can either reduce our threat by 2, or the next card we play gains Secrecy 1. We're going to reduce our threat by 2. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. There's a total of 5 in the staging area. We're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, and we raise our threat by 3. First card, Shady Breelander. Second card is a Squint-Eyed Southerner. When revealed, either shuffle an out-of-play ring race into the encounter deck or reveal an additional encounter card. We're just going to cancel that effect. Test a will. So we added 4. So we quest successfully by 4. We're going to optionally engage the Southern Spy. And that readies up Sam. We draw a card. Now we're going to block with Tom. It's +2. We're going to exhaust Rosie to give it +2 defense. So no damage. And we go to the next round. Flavorian Stone. Exhaust the ring and give Rosie a resource. Put Flavorian Stone under Rosie. It's +2 willpower. Go over to the Hobbit deck. Draw a card. Hobbit Archer. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. Quest for 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. And there's a total of 7 in the staging area. Now we're going to do a sneak attack Gandalf. Deal 4 damage to Fernie. And add 4 more to the quest. I have to raise my threat by 1 more. First card is a Power Tear. Each ally gets -1 willpower. Okay, and if it has 0, it's destroyed, or it gets dealt 2 damage. So we reduce the willpower by 1 for Gandalf. We don't have any allies, but we are going to play a Weep No More. Limit 3 copies of Weep No More in the victory display. After a win revealed effect or a shadow effect or on a treachery card resolves, add Weep No More to the victory display to add that treachery card to the victory display. So we're going to be getting rid of one of the Power and Tear. The next card is a Pale Blade. There's no Nazgul enemies in play, so Surge, Surge, and Piercing Cry. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Nazgul enemy. Either add to the staging area or put it into play engage with the first player. We're going to put it into the staging area. So that's added 4, bringing it up to 11. So we cut successfully by 2. Now we're going to travel to the Prancing Pony. And we're going to put Firemirror into play. Now enemies in the staging are engaged by 4. So we're going to have to engage the Rider of Mordor, and the Shady Breelander. We're going to optionally engage the Riders of Mordor with the Rosie deck. Now we're going to play Rise the Shire. We get a search for the top 5 cards of our deck for a Hobbit ally. And put it into play. Robin Smallborough. Deal out shadow cards. We're going to block the Riders of Mordor with Fatty. Attacking for... After this attack, the attacking enemy engages the next player and makes an immediate attack. So it does 2 damage to Fatty. Engages here. Now we're going to block with Tom. No shadow, he takes 1 damage. We're going to block the Squint-Eyed Southerner with Robin Smallborough. Attacking enemy makes an additional attack. So that does 1 damage. Now this, we're going to take Undefended. Defending character gets minus defense. There's no defending character, so we'll deal 2 damage to Sam. And now we're going to block the Shady Breelander with Mary. Discard a non-objective attachment you control. We're going to give Rosie plus 2 defense. So we have to get rid of Sorengil. No damage. So now we go to the next round. Well, that didn't work out so well. we're going to put in a farm here. And since I'm engaged with an enemy that is higher threat, it doesn't require a resource match. Then I'm going to deal 2 damage to the Rider of Mordor. Then I'm going to play a Gandalf. And deal 4 damage to the Rider of Mordor. Is destroyed. We're going to put a Salion into play. Now we're going to use Frodo's ability, exhaust the 1 ring and give Tom a resource. Then we're going to take a Hail of Stones and throw one of those nice apples we're going to exhaust Pippin and deal 1 damage to Farmer Maggot. And he's destroyed. Now we go into the questing phase. There's no threat in the staging area. I'm going to quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quest for 8. First card is Lord of the Ring. First player raises their threat by 3 if the ring is exhausted. Surge, Chetwood, and a Riders of Mordor. We're going to raise our threat by 4. And send that to the victory display. So we quest successfully by 6. So that puts 4 progress onto Bree, the Prancing Pony, and 2 onto the main quest, exploring the Prancing Pony. Now we have to discard 2 cards from the encounter deck. Discard until 2 cards or enemies are discarded from the encounter deck, and put them into play. Engage with the first player. Ooh, oh, that's good. We got the Squint-Eyed Southerner. And Shady Breelander. Now we're going to travel. These have 5 engagement costs. So that's 30. They're all higher. We're going to travel to the Chetwood. Deal out shadow cards. I'm going to block Gandalf with this Shady Brelander. Attacking it gets +2, so deals 1 damage to Gandalf. I'm going to block the other one with Tom. It's -2 if the One Ring is exhausted. So it would do damage, but we're going to exhaust Rosie to give Tom Cotton +4 defense, so no damage. We're going to block the Squint-Eyed Southern with Farmer Maggot. And he's destroyed. Now we're going to block this with Sam. Turn attacking enemy to the staging area. Sam takes 1 damage. Now at the end of the round, Gandalf comes back to my hand. Draw a card. Song of Travel. We're going to go over to the Hobbit deck. Draw a card. 11 of these. We're going to flood in Gandalf using Frodo's ability to give 1 resource over to Frodo. Gandalf into play, and we're going to deal we're actually going to reduce our spread by 5. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. There's 2 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15. 18. Raise our threat by 1. First card is a Piercing Cry. Search for a Black Rider. And the second card is a Pathless Country. So that added 4, 5, 6. Bring it up to 8. So he quests successfully by 10. Clears Chetwood and puts 8 onto the main quest, bringing it up to go to the next stage. Into the Wild. When revealed, add Midgewater to the staging area. Each player places 1 progress on the current quest. At the end of the round, either remove X progress from the current quest, or shuffle 1 out of play ring race into the encounter deck. X is the number of players in the game. Players can't advance while Midgewater is in play. And while Midgewater is the active location, enemies cannot attack or take damage or be engaged. After Midgewater becomes the active location, return each engaged enemy in play to the staging area. So we're going to travel to it. So all these enemies that are engaged go to the staging area. Now we put 2 progress onto the main quest. Now we go to the next round, remove the 2 progress. Draw a card, Faint. Now we're going to go to the Rosie deck, Drinking Song. There's 3 cards in the victory display that have no victory points. Actually, 4 cards. So the Keena's Lances would cost 1. So we're going to spend that and draw 3 cards. None Return, Unexpected Courage, and Halfling Bounder. I'll put Unexpected Courage onto Rosie. So let's put it onto Tom. He's going to need defense. Put out a halfling bounder. Song of Travel onto Rosie. We're going to go to the questing phase. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. First card, Black Breath. Attached to a hero you control. Counts as a condition attachment with attacks. Limit 1 per hero. Reduce attached heroes' willpower, attack, and defense to 0. We're going to attach it to Pippin. So that minus is off 2. The second card is a Piercing Cry. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a Nazgul enemy. Either add it to the staging area or put it into play. Engage with the first player. Well, we have no Nazgul enemies. So that added 0 threat. We're going to exhaust Faramir. To add 1, 2, 3, now we're going to exhaust Faramir to add 1, 2, 3, 4, bringing us up to 18. Then exhaust Rosie to bring us up 5 more to 23. So we quested successfully by 9. That clears Midgewater and puts 3 progress into the wild. And we're going to travel to the Pathless Country. So now all enemies in the staging area have +5. So the Rider of Mordor is not going to be engaging. $38. That's not going to engage. This is not going to engage. So we only have the Brelanders engaging. And we're going to block with Tom Cotton. No shadow, no damage. Block with Tom Cotton. Attacking it. After this attack, attacking enemy engages the next player and makes an immediate attack. We're going to take it undefended. Return attacking enemy to the staging area. So it does 3 damage. We're going to put that onto Glorfindel. And it goes back to the staging area. And now we go to the next round. And we have to remove 2 from the quest. Draw a card. Keenest Lances. We're going to play Keenest Lances and draw 3 cards. Put a Light of Elendil onto Glorfindel. Put a Fast Hitch onto Rosie. Play a Gandalf. And deal 4 damage to the Rider of Mordor. Now going over to the Hobbit deck. Put in Bill the Pony. We're going to play a Hail of Stones, and we're going to have Bill Fernie. We'll have Bill kick the Rider of Mordor and just deal 1 damage to him and destroy him. And then we're going to play a non-return and send that off to the victory display. So now we have all the Nazgul enemies out of the counter deck at the moment. I'm going to put an Unexpected Courage onto Tom. A Hobbit Archer. And Robin Smallburrow. And both the Hobbits get +2 attack because of Tom. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. There's a total of 6 in the staging area. We're going to quest for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. First card is a Chetwood. And the second card is a Weathered Hills. So that added 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bringing it up to 14. We're going to exhaust Thallion to add 1, 2, 3, or just Faramir. 1, 2, 3 to give us up to 16. So we quest successfully by 2. And then we're going to exhaust Rosie to add 5. So we quest successfully by 7. That puts 4 onto the main quest, bringing us up to 5, and clears out Pathless Country. Now we're going to travel to Chetwood. We're going to optionally engage the Shady Relander here, and optionally engage the Squint Eye Southern over here. And then this is 37, so it comes down. So we deal out shadow cards. We're going to block the Squint-Eyed Southerner with Thallion. After this attack, attacking enemy engages the next player and makes immediate attack. We're going to block with Robin Smallburrow. Turn attacking enemy to the staging area. So Robin Smallburrow takes 2 damage, but he still has +1 hit point because of the Build a Pony. We're going to block the Shady Relander with Tom Cotton. No shadow, no damage. Drop the other one with Tom Cotton. It's -1. So he takes 1 damage. And then we're going to block the third one with Tom Cotton. +1 attack. No damage. The ring's not exhausted. So the hover, so he gets, this is 3 attack, 4 attack, so we can deal 3 damage to the Shady Breelander. Go to the next round, we take 2 off. Draw a card, 11sies. Go over to the Rosy deck. Draw a card, sneak attack. We're going to play a drinking song. We got 3 cards. So 4 cards. Gather information, 2 out of the wilds, and none return. Gather information. We're going to play 1 out of the wild. Costs 3. I'm going to get rid of the piercing cry. I don't like the shadow effect. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. There's 5 in the staging area. And we're going to go towards gather information. Press for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. First card is Allure of the Ring. First play, we're going to exhaust the ring. Surge. Gildor. First player gains control of it. And 2 is Power in the Tear. So that destroys... Oh, that puts 2 damage onto the Howard Archer, but doesn't destroy it. And puts your 2 damage onto the Halfling Bounder, but doesn't destroy it because we got that Vil. But does minus off. Oh. Destroys Vil. So that destroys all these. At least we didn't have any Hobbit characters that were at that level. Our heroes. So now we have to recalculate. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. And we added 0 to the staging area. So that means we quest successfully by 10. That puts 2 progress on the Chetwood, and we clear gather information. So now we each get a search for a card. We're going to get Thorngill. We're going to get Arwen. And actually, Robin Smallborough does not die. Oh, yeah, he does because of the his hit points are done with. And we're going to travel to the Weathered Hills. We can put a character underneath, a non-unique enemy underneath it. Now we're going to deal out shadow cards. block this with Gildor. Turn attacking enemy to the staging area after the attacks. Block this with Tom. No shadow. Block this with Tom. Defending player discards a random card. Peace and Salt. So, takes no damage. Now we have two attacked. Attack and deal 1 damage to the Greenlander. Go to the next round. Take off 2. We spend 1 resource to keep Gildor in play. Song of Wisdom. We're going to put Arwen into play. Play a Song of Wisdom onto Rosie. Then we're going to play a Out of the Wild. Search the top 5 cards. We're going to get rid of the Black Brass. Now go over to the Hobbit deck. Power or Tear. We're going to put Song of Sorrengill onto Mary. Now we're going to play a Power to Tear, raise each player's threat by 2. And we're going to get rid of this. Going to the questing phase, we're going to use Arwen's ability to give Tom Cotton plus 1 defense and Sentinel. And we're going to quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and there is 2 in the staging area. First card is a Piercing Cry. We have no Nazgul enemies. Second card is a pathless country, so we added 2. So we quested successfully by 12. That clears the weathered hills and puts 9 progress onto the main quest, so we go to the next stage. The ring race attack. When revealed, add Weathertop and the Witch King to the staging area. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for each Nazgul enemy found to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. Well, we got Weathertop. And the Witch King. And we have no Nazgul enemies left. They're all in the victory display. (3B). If there are no Nazgul enemies in play, the players win the game. So we're going to travel to pathless country. And it readies up because there's a side quest in the victory display. Now we're going to optionally engage the Shady Breelander here, and the Squint-Eyed Southerner comes down here, and we're not going to engage the Witch King. Fill out shadow cards. We're going to block with Gildor. Defending player discards 1 random card. Okay. I'm going to block the Squint-Eyed Southerner with Tom. No shadow. Block the Shady Breelander with Tom. No shadow, no damage, and block the other Squint-Eyed Southerner with Tom. Makes an additional attack. We're going to play a Feint to prevent that from happening. Now we're going to attack back with Glorfindel and destroy the Shady Breelander. And attack back with Mary and destroy this Shady Breelander. And we go to the next round. Now we're going to spend 1 resource from Pippin to play Peace and Thought. we're going to exhaust Pippin and Frodo. To draw 5 cards. Or also spend a resource to keep Gildor in play. Draw a card. I'm going to put a dagger onto Mary. I'm going to put Hobbit Archer into play. I'm going to put a Buckland Sheriff into play. Now we're going to play a drinking song. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Play a Shire Folk, reduce our threat by 4. Another Shire Folk, reduce our threat by 4. We're going to exhaust the ring and give Tom Cotton a resource to spend a dagger and put another dagger onto. No, we're not going to do that because it's just going to make it so it gets less attack when he's exhausted, because he won't have a higher engagement cost. Now we're going to go over to the Rosie deck. Lessons of Caution. Spend 1. Draw a card. Now we're going to reduce our threat by 2. Put a Protector of Lorien onto Tom Cotton. To Protector of Lorien onto Tom Cotton. Now we're going to go to the questing phase. There is a total of 9 in the staging area. Quest for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16. First card is a Pale Blade, attached to a Nazgul enemy. Surge, another Pale Blade, one per enemy. Shady Breelander, and a Chetwood. So that added 2, 3, 4, 5, bringing it up to 14. So we cut successfully by 2. Now we're going to optionally engage the Shady Breelander, the Rosy deck, and engage the Witch King with the Hobbit deck. So we draw a card, ready up Sam. So we need 14 to get the Witch King. And characters with 1 or less willpower can't defend against the Witch King. So this would be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's going to be enough, because they all get the plus attack because of Tom. So we deal out shadow cards. We're going to block the Witch King with Gildor. Attacking enemy makes additional attack. That's destroyed. We're going to block with Tom. After this attack, attacking enemy engages the next player and makes an immediate attack. We're going to discard a couple cards to make it so its defense goes from up to 6, up to 7. We're going to block with Thalion. Attacking enemy. This enemy attacks, engages the next player and makes an immediate attack. So that's destroyed. Back over here. We're going to block with Tom Cotton. Turn attacking enemy to the staging area. Great. So we have one more defense with Tom Cotton. So we'll block this one. No shadow, no damage. So that also readied up Sam, gave Sam another bonus, and we get another card. So Sam now has 3 defense. Block it with Sam. Discard non-objective card. We're going to get rid of the old bogey stories. So, no damage. And now we're going to have is he's attacking for 3. One of those that I discarded was for willpower to make him eligible to block the Witch King. So he has 6, but he still has 6 defense. I had to actually exhaust Rosie to give him the plus defense from the Witch King. And here we're going to block with Firemare. Return attacking enemy to the staging area. Attacking for 4 does 2 damage to Firemare. Now we're going to attack for 5, 6, 7 and destroy this Squint-Eyed. And then we're going to attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and destroy this one. Now we go to the next round. I forgot to put the 2 progress on the Pathless Country. Card, Elrond's Consul. Raise the Shire. We're going to put a dagger onto Mary. Put out a Buckland Sheriff. Now we're going to go into the questing phase. There's 2, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14 in the staging area. And we're going to quest for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, First card is a Squint-Eyed Southerner. I'll just shuffle an out-of-play Ring Race into the encounter deck. To exhaust the ring, we'll raise your threat by 3. We'll raise our threat by 3. We raise our threat by 3. Each ally gets -1. So that destroys these 3 characters. And we're going to play Elrond's Consul and reduce our threat by 3. So we 1 willpower, and we get 2, so we broke even. We're going to exhaust Faramir to add 1, 2, 3, 4. Quest successfully by 4. Puts 1 here, 3 onto the main quest. Clearing this, and then we're going to travel to Chetwood to get it out of the staging area. I'm going to optionally engage the Witch King with the Hobbit deck. Draw a card. And then this has 34, 7. So this doesn't need to engage. And this doesn't need to engage. It's going to attack. We're going to play a sneak attack Bilbo. And block the Witch King. Defending player discards a random card. So Bilbo is destroyed. Now we need to get 14 attack. We're going to use Rosie to give 4 attack to Mary. So Mary's attacking for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Pop in Sam makes 14. And Tom Cotton makes 15. Sam makes 16. So we're going to destroy the Witch King. So there's a victory. I think Thorngill was another MVP for the Hobbit deck. And I have to say, I think Unexpected Courage was the MVP for the Rosie deck. Getting those extra defenses on Tom Cotton. And now we have a quest resolution. Starting with the first player, each player may choose one of the following boon cards and attach it to a hero he controls: Tireless Ranger, Skilled Healer, Valiant Warrior, Noble Hero. The chosen cards have been earned by that players. Got the Noble Hero. It gives attached hero the Noble trait and +1 willpower. Valiant Warrior. Attached hero gets +1 attack and gains the Warrior trait. Skilled Healer. Attached hero gets +2 hit points and gains the Healer trait. And Tireless Ranger. Attached hero gets +1 defense and gains the Ranger trait. Well, with the Rosie deck, we're going to pick the Noble Hero and put it on Rosie. And for the Hobbit deck, we're going to get Tireless Ranger and put it on to Tom Cotton. I'll see you all in the Flight to the Ford. Have a great day.